smoke alarm decided to go off at like 4 o'clock in the morning and beep! Low battery. 10 minutes later, beep! Low battery. I didn't get any sleep since then.
Morning. It's Saturday. It's barely morning. It's like 11:35. And TJ and I woke up to a really annoying sound starting around 4 a.m. The fire alarm battery was dead or dying. So every 60 seconds, because that's what it needs, it would beep, beep, battery is low. But it wasn't very clear. It was beep, beep, battery is low. So, to groggy, very much asleep people, that was like, what's that saying? I just go back to sleep. And then it would happen again a minute later. Ooh, I can set this here. Just a tiny bit too short. How about this? Oh, that's wobbly. There. So yeah, woke up to that and got not a lot of sleep because of it. I think TJ was probably up till midnight, so that's only like 4 hours of sleep for him. So he woke up this morning and went Pokemoning!
Fuck pincers.
So many of them. He sent me screenshots. It's insane.
Just one screenshot.
Well, okay.
That was from the entrance.
Oh, damn.
By the time I got up to Merlot, I mean, I shit you fuck not, I recycled 3 of them.
What do they evolve into? Jesus.
I recycled like 6, nothing. They have no evolution.
Damn. But at least you can power them up real nice.
I realized that it was going to be a while before I started jogging, or before I got home but leaving the nature park, so I just started jogging the last bit. Did you get this morning, or did you just like start saying morning as I walked in?
I started saying morning as you walked in because I got your text message, or your message, like...
Oh, I got the KK as soon as I was leaving the nature park, so...
Yeah. Right. You jog fast.
So, explain what you did this morning. 8 fucking Master Balls?
Yeah, I went out to get a battery for the fire alarm at 7-Eleven. On the way there, I found a Golduck, an 1191 Golduck. So, obviously, I stopped and tried to catch it.
That's the highest thing you've ever caught?
Yeah, I've never caught anything higher than that.
You've never caught anything 4-digit, have you?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so therefore...
Yeah.
I haven't caught anything 4-digit.
But I hit it with a berry and then an Ultra Ball and it popped out. And an Ultra Ball and it popped out. And an Ultra Ball and I missed. Went through... Well, I had 25. I now have 9 Master Balls. But...
Master Ball?
Master.
Those are... Okay. The strat things say those are supposed to be 100% catch chance, and
well,
they're supposed to be rare as shit.
They also aren't that.
This was
a lot of those I
when
missed.
the game came out and people weren't sure what happened at level 20.
Yeah. But yeah, I missed a bunch of them because they turned into curveballs or he attacked right as I threw. So, yeah. It took at least 9 that he popped out of before I caught him.
You have a very valid creature now.
I then went and kicked the crap out of Edge.
I had to kick the crap out of Concrete Turnaround.
Yeah?
There wasn't anything on there. Or no, there was an Executor on there. And it took 3 of my creatures to beat it down, and then I threw a Nixie on it.
But yeah, I used...
I hatched a Shelter.
Nice.
Will turn into Cloister.
But yeah, I beat down Edge, and by the time I got out of 7-Eleven, it was... someone else had beat it down, flipped it, and flipped it back to blue with a different Pokemon on it. It was like, that place just flips so often.
Especially during the day.
Yeah.
And at night when you've got all like the Crash Mans that come out.
Yeah.
Because you know there's just a crap ton of people that go out at 2 in the morning and just break up gyms.
Because they can.
Or they're night owls, or they are too busy because they just don't sleep, or...
Or it's too hot out so they get up and...
That's understandable. Yeah. I can understand like Alyssa going out.
Well, like we did.
Well...
It wasn't that late, but...
Yeah, and we weren't driving.
True.
I mean, it's true if, if we had power after doing Red Robin so much, then yes. But we might hit up more gyms and stuff along the way home, considering we're sitting at a Pokestop the entire time.
Yeah.
That people like to put... I caught an 840 pincer, so that was like the first one I caught. And then I ignored 3 of them on the way because I was like, oh, they're too hard to catch. And then I started seeing them again. Like every Magikarp spawn was a pincer spawn today.
Weird.
Yeah, so now I have like an 840 pincer who's like,
Nice.
you know, found a 402 EV, 420, 402? 402, and goddamn, my Jolteon. People are all on the Vaporeon right now, and maybe it's just because they've hatched a Jolteon and don't have shit to do with it, but it only has a little 5 attack. 500! Like, I slaughtered a Cinder. I was just like, what the, you know, there were 2 creatures. There was a Flareon and a Snorlax on one of the gyms. Lemnental soloed it.
Nice.
No practice for me today just because I don't want to drive.
It's Vancouver again, and you're, yeah.
I mean, I don't like Vancouver to begin with, and Brad understands, and you kind of understand. It's like, this is too much. So we're going to go see Star Trek later. Guess what? You're going to get spoilers.
Yeah.
I'll hold off if we see it soon. It's been a week, and it's Star Trek. It's sort of like I've been doing...
He needs to be able to vent.
Well, I need to be able to not football.
Yeah.
Between midweek practices and 2 weekend practices, or a game and a practice and a midweek practice, especially with a group of people that I'm just like, if I did this with Willie, I'd probably be happy.
Yeah.
But like Zach and Chris, and just kind of there's like a little 3 of them that just, and it's like I'll be fine at the game tomorrow, but I just can't be around Zach too much because he erodes away at my stuff. That's why I haven't talked in the chat, because even that so much is the same thing. So I'm drinking coffee because I just jogged in like 75-degree weather with the sun beating down on me after walking almost 5 miles. You know what? Let's drink some coffee.
All right, so I bought glasses online from iBuyDirect. So I'm going to do a quick unboxing and put them on and tell you what I see. It's a nice small package. Fits in the mailbox, so you don't have to wait for someone to notify you that you have a package. And their tracking system online, even when you order the untracked ones, you do get a tracking estimate, which is nice. Alright, so comes in a nice little gray box with the logo on it. Has a little tab here with a quote on it that says, "Wearing the same glasses every day is like wearing the same shoes every day." Which I do, so I'm okay with that. Inside, they're in a nice little soft case, and they sent a little screwdriver, I think, and a little product package. Glasses themselves, incidentally, this is the first time I bought online. Here they are. Oh, they're light. They're wonderful. How do I look? Got a bit of a glare on them, or a reflection, which isn't all that bad. I can see behind me the reflection of light, but it's not nearly as bad as it is in those. And, oh man, I sized perfectly. So they have a bit of flex to them. Wow, that's a lot of flex. That's nice. Yeah, I like these. And the ear hooks are right at the right length. That's why I said I sized right. Trying to get them a little tighter. And, oh man, that is so nice. They don't fall off easy. Ah, man, that is so much better. Yes! Alright, well, we're gonna head out to get food and then check out the movie. So, yeah, catch you there. Hi.
Hi.
So, wow, these are really blue.
Yeah, so we went to the theater.
We were planning on seeing Star Trek in the big, luxurious 21 and 0.
It's just the living room. I don't consider it. Actually, we had way more legroom. Oh no, it does have footstools. That's okay. The LR21 Plus has footstools, at least where we usually sit, and not a screaming baby.
Yeah.
Huh.
But it was pretty much full for the, what was that, 7? No, because
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock, that's right. Can't see my face, but the sun's not in my eyes. Anyway, we were gonna see it in that, but it was just booked.
Yeah, so we just went right then and there, just chose the GXL with the screaming baby at $3.55 or whatever, and just saw it.
And the thought of the screaming babies, like, normally there's just the chance of a screaming child. This one, there was literally a screaming baby.
Yeah, but the movie was thankfully loud enough most of the time that the baby was probably drowned out.
Yeah.
But anyways, on to the movie.
Yeah, it was excellent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Although my brain, much like it does with I try to look to see what's similar with the same universe. Well, let's see. In Star Trek 3, what happened? The complete destruction of the Enterprise, which caused them to build the 1701A.
Yeah.
That wound up being in Star Trek 5. There was the shout out to Generations.
Yeah.
Which the saucer section decoupling as they were falling towards the planet.
Yeah. There were definitely a lot of shout-outs.
Yeah. What was it? I'm trying to. There was something. That space station would have.
Yeah. You asked me in the theater how long it would take before I wasn't getting dizzy anymore. I was getting dizzy throughout the movie.
Well, I'm saying
just because there was so much motion.
Well, what I meant by that was, were you in that universe and were stationed there?
Oh, I knew what you meant.
Oh, okay. Well,
but just zooming into the station and looking around in it, I was getting a little dizzy.
Oh. Okay.
So I think if I were standing on that station, dear Lord, I wouldn't be able to.
I did like near the center how it's like, the skyscrapers were coming together.
Yeah.
It was like
it's an utterly inefficient design, but it's so cool looking.
It's probably efficient in its own right for whatever it is.
I mean, for just the amount of space you get, yeah.
I mean, it had a lot of space to fly around in between. It kind of had that three-dimensional Atlantis feel to it.
Definitely.
Spherical Atlantis.
Yeah. It kind of felt like a bunch of ring worlds, only really small.
Yeah. Star Trek Tangela?
Yeah, kind of.
Anyways, but no, but the fact that it's like this giant starship is flying through these tubes underneath you.
Yeah,
underneath
that seemed
water.
like a really fantastically bad idea.
Well, it came in off and then I was like, is that the Hunt for Red October? Splat.
I love that they aren't taking themselves too seriously. Is this classical music?
And then what was it?
I have the beats and the screaming.
The beats and the scream. The fact that they didn't bring it up, and I wish they would have, because that would have solidified the time fracture, is what I'm calling it. But they brought up that the Franklin was the first Warp 4, not the first Warp 5 ship. The Enterprise, the NX-01, was the first Warp 5 ship.
Ah, okay.
And so, yeah, so the first Warp 4 ship, and that as soon as he's from before the Federation, so they were referencing Enterprise and the Makos, which is who, I went through on the Xindi War, and I was like, yes, they brought up the Xindi. That's what I thought, maybe, are these guys the Xindi? But like an odd faction? Because, right there near the beginning with What's-Her-Bucket, with a little raiding party that she kind of broke up from Scotty, didn't they kind of look like the arboreal and the insectoid?
Yeah, I'd have to see it again, but yeah. But yeah, very, very good.
And then again, the sped up, making the Enterprise A, but just way better, but still a Constitution class.
Yeah. So, at the end of all three movies so far, they've had that kind of glorious outro that Star Trek does so very well.
Yeah.
On this one, from Kirk's toast to missing friends, through the end, I just had chills. Like, literally.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
And if the end card that we didn't stay for, that said in memory of someone and
Anton Yelkin.
Yeah. If I had seen that, I would have lost it.
Oh yeah. I don't think I think they were still referencing
Well,
Spock on that one. And
yes.
yeah.
Thing is, they filmed it referencing Spock, but
Yes.
and Leonard Nimoy died before the second one, right?
He was in the second one. Well, no, he was in the second.
Guess we gotta watch it again.
No, he was only in the very end when Spock was like,
Right.
"What do you know about
Right.
Khan?"
Okay.
Because he said, you know, I would
Yeah.
never ask you of this, but this seems...
So yeah, we are going to go home. We stopped by the Cook Park,
Cook Park.
which is a beautiful area.
Yeah, and it's actually a nice park because we get a little, in a way, spoiled with the fact that our two major social areas that are for Tualatin Hills are a nature park, which is basically trails through a wildlife preserve, and then the athletic center, which has a trail through a sports complex.
Yeah.
This is a park
Yeah.
with like a playground and barbecue pits and a boat launch and a swimming area, and
What body of water is that?
that's the Tualatin River.
Okay.
That's our creeks drain into that.
Okay.
That goes to Lake Oswego or near Lake Oswego. That used to go to Lake Oswego, and Lake Oswego dumped into the Willamette. But Tualatin River basically went, fuck y'all. I was reading up on Lake Oswego, and it was like during the Missoula floods, they basically went, and it created that little thing that I read up about where the rocks spin around in a vortex and carve away a hole. Yeah. So there's like a deep hole in Lake Oswego, but
yeah, after that we're going to go somewhere Mexican for dinner. We're thinking Juan, Colorado.
yeah, we walked around enough looking for poke stops that it was just barbecue meat smell, barbecue meat smell, barbecue meat smell. And Aaron got to see, we both got to see, but he may want to talk about the thing we figured out that exists.
Oh, they had one of the groups that had a campsite or a picnic site had a propane-powered portable deep fryer.
Yeah.
Of course it exists. Of
We
course.
just never. This is not like, you know, the big bucket that you dump a whole turkey in. This is like,
It looked kind of like a garbage can lid that had a deep spot.
yeah, like it could hold maybe about 2 of our measuring cups full of oil, and it was about 4 cups deep. But then you had multiple other fill lines that you could like keep stuff kind of on the shore of the oil.
And if you just need a lot of surface area, you fill it bigger, you fill it higher and put like French fries in it.
Yeah. But if you
And-
want to just completely dunk something like a whole thing of chicken really fast, then yeah.
And that's what the guy was doing.
Yeah.
He was just turning
But he was
over
keeping them around on
chicken
the
legs.
side. He was keeping them around on the side, and then he'd pick them up, and then he'd dunk it momentarily, and then...
Yeah.
What I think's really odd about Star Trek, sorry, we're backtracking here. The commander of Yorktown was Greg Grunberg, the actor.
Who was that guy? He was familiar.
He was on Heroes and Heroes Reborn.
That's who he is.
He's the cop on Heroes, and then he wound up having that weird
Yeah.
compound with the zombie. The funny thing is, he voiced Kirk's adoptive dad. But yeah, they didn't have that scene in, but you could still hear his voice when he rings, and they made the little dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Yeah, and then he answers the call, you better bring that car back here, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that was Greg Grunberg's voice.
Nice.
Maddie was ridiculously happy because she loves Greg Grunberg, and during Heroes she absolutely loved him, and when she went back to Nebraska she didn't get to because things were getting mixed around, but her mom works for a radio station in Nebraska, and so by the time Maddie was back here, but her mom got a call-in interview with Greg Grunberg, who got a personalized, hey Maddie, thanks for liking Heroes, I really enjoy your support, blah blah blah, and she like has that thing on an audio file and plays it every once in a while and just squeezed. So
Yeah.
that's the deal with Greg Grunberg. If you're ever
I knew I recognized him. I couldn't figure out where. I was thinking he was from Star Trek. Like I should recognize him. But
Oh yeah, he's not.
go see it. Seriously.
I love the fact that the Beastie Boys are classical music and there's just pure sound, which people are like, this is so terrible, it's like destroying my mind. Well, it could also destroy an entire fleet of starships.
Right? Like that was That was beautiful. That was...
Oh, we've got the audio interference. Okay, amplify it. Boom.
Just destroyed the mining ships, the bees.
The bees. And as they were, they have to get close, and they're just like blowing them up as they're going over it, and then, it was like an awesome idea, but it was just
so cheesy.
We are going to destroy this fleet with the power of rock.
And of course, the song, Sabotage.
Yeah. It's like the iconic, other than Intergalactic. It's the other song the Beastie Boys are just ridiculously known for.
Yeah. But I think they even referenced it briefly. I have an idea. Well, what are we going to use for the interference? I know just the thing. But yeah, we are almost home, so I'm going to end this.
This is not morning, it is still Saturday. Pretty much by the time we see morning, we're going to be sitting at hair. And we're going to be like, and I've driven all the way there. I think Aaron will be nice and pleased because at least for the practice stuff, he can walk the track because he knows about how far each and every thing is, so he can hatch some eggs. And the stands are a stop, the scoreboard is a stop, and that little square hut is a gym. Yeah, so you can like bam, 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 the gym. Oh God, I need potions. Hit 2 stops, and if you don't want to hit the gym yet, just keep walking around the track. And it's far enough, and you walk slow enough, just walk around the outside. Anyways, speaking of Pokemon, we had a thing, and I was like, I didn't play Pokemon when I was younger. In fact, this is the first time I've seriously played anything Pokemon. I've watched the movie, I've watched Pokemon 2000. Those need to be on Netflix. I'm just saying. And I was like. So it's fire that's weak to water but strong to ice? What's weak? And I didn't know the strong, weak, super effective, not very effective things. So we looked up the chart, and while yes, pretty much there is a nice colored chart. There's bubble charts, there's the little ring charts, there's other fancy charts. I realized that Aaron is probably there's even these charts.
Rock is strong against fire, so rock.
Fair bright considered. So what he's doing is he's doing his own little thing. We're only doing super effective chart.
Yeah. So rock to fire, rock to ice, flying, and rock. What? Rock
To bug.
to bug. Okay. So fighting, flying, bug. Rock, strong against bug. Rock, strong against, don't have flying yet, or fighting. This should be in the other order.
Why?
Because I know some of the stuff that connects to them. Like bugs are, for some reason, strong against flying. So, rock to fighting. Got 3 out from rock.
4 out from
3,
rock.
4 out from rock.
Rock to
Yeah.
fire, rock to bug, rock to flying, rock to fighting.
Good.
Ice to grass, ice to ground. Is that all? Or did you not?
Ice to grass, ground, and flying. And yeah, these get too close together. That's the other reason I was thinking of maybe not circles.
Meh.
How many attachment points is a rectangle?
Probably the same as a circle. Oh.
16. Or more. So yeah, I'll switch those over to squares now, just because.
But yeah, so Aaron's doing all his, I want to make charts and diagrams and stuff that involve not terribly complicated stuff, but programs that he has for one reason or another.
This is actually a free online thing, draw.io.
Yeah, I'm going to do a Star Trek mission while I wait for my phone to charge. It's on the room charger, and I was chatting with Andy from practice to see if there was anything that they went over, and they're like, yeah, we did. And like, Andy freely admitted that he's like, and I'm like asking him questions about the defense that I have yet to get answered by anybody, because nobody knows the answers to the questions I'm asking, and I'm like, this is not, this is stuff Willie would be able to answer. This is stuff everybody on the Pitbulls that was on defense would have been able to answer, and none of these guys can answer these questions. So I'm either asking way too complicated stuff, or, yeah, I don't know. It's just really confusing. I was like, so when we're in a cover 3, who's got the flat since the corner's going deep? He's like, huh? I'm like, is it the outside linebacker or does the safety come down? Are we doing an inverted cover 2 or a cover 2, or are we doing an inverted cover 3 or a cover 3? You know, what happens in our trip situation? If we have 3 receivers versus 2 receivers and a tight end, it's still a trip setup, but what are we doing for it? You know, it's like, well, I'm kind of way in over my head here. I'm like, oh, okay. But anyway, so
in other words, TJ is learning that not everyone learns as fast as he does.
Yeah, I probably have a lot of book knowledge. I'm gonna put the thing on the charger. And yeah, morning. I kind of fibbed a little bit. I thought it would already be at hair by the time this happened, but we're running regularly on. Oh look, there's another different car parked in there. There's never been the same car parked there, but we have asked them, is 34 taken up? And they're like, yeah, it's occupied. I don't know. The camera was like, the lens had to come all the way forward because it turned to, it's hair. Yep. Yeah, that is hair. I was like, can we see that? I thought it was just a big concrete wall, but not from this angle. You already spin it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember. It's the church? So the church, the stands, the memorial plaque by the scoreboard, and then the little butt hut thing. I don't know what that is over there.
The butt hut.
I don't know what it is, so I come up with random adjectives for it. And sometimes
Are you talking about the place where the refs go?
No, that's back there. That thing with the little triangle roof.
Okay.
Yeah. I think there are concessions and stuff there, but there's the outhouses that most people use. There's the porta potties right next to it. That's where Willie goes to go to the bathroom after we're already out on the field. And he's like, I gotta go pee. And I'm like, you've been in the locker room for like the last 12 minutes. And then, anyways, anything about your morning?
No.
Not even on our team. That's Justin Fleming from the Mafia.
Yeah, I got nothing.
All right.
Oh, come on. Let it go.
Alright, so it is 1:45 and we're not at the field. We just got done with mod. Do you want to talk? You just want me to? Okay.
That's what I said. Do you want to say something? You should probably say something to the camera.
I didn't hear the subject. All I heard was should. So yeah, things went poorly. He melted down, and I got us out of there. That's really all that there is to it. What was it? I don't know what opinion I would have about it.
Part of that is just the fact that if you don't know what to say about a lot of things, and that's what sort of hit here, is that when it's something great, it's overwhelming. You don't have any words for it. Other than that, it's not that great, and you don't have any opinion about it. And I'm just...
The thing of it is, I just don't express myself a lot. It wasn't even how I was raised. I'm not going to try to blame it on that.
Yeah, I've seen your sister and your mom and your dad. They're very expressive of their...
I've always been quiet. I'd call it introverted, but it's not even really that.
People, in general, expand those two terms to mean a lot more than they actually mean.
If you get me started on a topic that I have a lot to say, I'll say it. But if I'm just reacting to something, no. I mean, Star Trek last night. I talked about that. I probably could have kept going on it. This I didn't. This I...
Everything went according to plan, like...
No, everything did not go according to plan. Nothing went according to plan. I mean, you may feel like I'm gonna be thrilled that you're potentially not going back. I'm not. I'm a little relieved, but I would much rather you be happy than not. And football makes, well, sometimes makes you happy.
So we're off to Freddy's?
Yeah.
Get that out of the way.
Yeah.
It's official. I'm renaming the Twelton Hills Nature Park and the Poke World as the Sarlacc Pit. I went there the other day, and I think I brought this up. I may have brought it up onto, but I have screenshots. So this was Monday? No, I'm looking at August. I was looking at the 31st. So this was Wednesday, Thursday, whatever it was. I'll know on the picture. But I went to the nature park. It was early in the morning-ish, and I was sending Aaron screenshots of like, oh my god, look at this! It's Pincer Town! Oh no, it was yesterday morning. It was just yesterday morning. Because you were home, and I was sending you stuff, and you know, because that's when I was gone like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, it was yesterday morning. Maybe I vlogged about it already. That's what I was telling people earlier this morning at the game. I was like, my brain, nothing's been right this whole week. Like, I've lost track of massive time. You know, I understand that I've been playing Pokemon and not necessarily engaging my brain, but my time is way long right now, way long. But yeah, even today, Aaron even sees that it's, yeah, it's Pincer.
I saw at least 8, caught 3. Didn't even try on the other 5. Because they're a pain in the ass to catch.
Because they stand so far away, so you gotta really chuck it, and they attack and jump a lot. So, yeah. We actually got some executes while we were in there. Just that much closer to an executor! Yeah. So, what now? Aaron's gonna we're finally gonna use his beef. We're going to make manwiches.
With name brand manwich. Because we're fancy.
It was 20 cents. It was 21. It was literally 21 cents more than Freddy's brand.
We're fancy.
Well, fancy. But yeah, like, see, I have an 840 pincer. I never saw a pincer because I caught. Well, that should tell me when I caught him. The 30th. Yep, I caught him yesterday. I have an 8. That was the most powerful pincer I saw today, and that was the most powerful one I saw yesterday. It was like. But we were in there so that we can get eggs hatched. I hatched 2 eggs. You hatched 1.
And most of a second.
Most of a second one. Did I say anything about the vlogs or to the vlogs or to you that I wanted to vlog about that happened because of the game? Like,
I'm gonna go with no.
okay.
What's the last thing you remember from the game?
Standing outside the locker room while they were in there hooting and hollering.
Okay.
I think. Vaguely.
So, once you were on the field, you were in for a play. Don't remember what it was, but it was special teams. No. You were in for a defensive play. And I had moved the water from the far end of the player box to the 50-yard line. And you came out and you were panicking because you couldn't see it and didn't know where it was. Then I calmed you down, kept filming. You went in on a special teams play, came out melting down because You couldn't stand to be around Cody because he was so loud and angry. Maybe not Cody. Might be the wrong man. Probably the wrong man. Couldn't stand being around someone because he was so loud and angry all the time. So you
Zach.
couldn't be on special teams.
Zach.
Probably. And then you just melted down from there.
Okay.
Oh, and you're forming memories again. So I can tell you. Jay, the guy in the jersey and jeans. There is a guy there in a brown jersey and jeans, who's not on the team but wants to be. If you don't think you're going to be able to continue the season and want off the team, he will buy out your player fee and basically get your name switched for his, and he will pay you the player fee. And coach apparently approved it and has his information.
All right. Did you tell me this earlier?
Yeah.
Did I make any allusions to how I felt either way?
No.
Oh, okay. My message to Willie makes it seem like I'm not ready to continue forward. It's just like this whole week has been weird.
Yeah.
And with the, like, and then as a separate note, the sheer amount of driving to Vancouver constantly has been a terror on us.
Yeah. Especially on you.
Well, yeah, because I got to go up there on Tuesdays, and it's messes
You're
with.
late. More
Well,
than anything.
yeah, driving through the rush hour. That's what happened Tuesday. Because I expected a nice 40-minute to an hour, not 2-hour drive. See, I'm thinking you just cook that the same way you cook the enchilada stuff.
Yeah. What I'm actually going to do, since I don't want to wash the frying pan again.
8:15 now. Aaron does not have his Monday meetings anymore, and I'm saying this to remind myself. They're Tuesday meetings now. I've noticed since this update, there's not many Pokemon spawning around the apartment anymore. But then again, I haven't been home since I updated the app. Edge is a level 8 gym. Weird, there's 5 dots and then a line, 2 dots and a crown.
Yeah. The crown is always the top Pokemon.
Okay, so wait, so we've got a 260 Pidgeot. Here, let me turn the camera. Got a 260 Pidgeot, 648 Jolteon, an 814 Scyther, 925 Vaporeon, 1048 Jolteon. Now we're going to pass the line. Okay. 1082 Vaporeon, 1496 Vaporeon, 1514 Gyarados. It looks like to get a gym to that level is insane. Considering how easy it is to destroy a gym, to get a gym up that far is crazy. Like, they had to have been sitting there with like 8 people. I know it sucks, but the thing is Zach's the quarterback, and he's the one that made all the offensive plays, and they're not gonna get rid of him, you know, unless he is completely out of plays. Yada yada. Kyle's posting a lot of behind the scenes photos. Anyways. Morning. It's brisk. It's 49 degrees.
What? Wow. Okay.
That's why it was so cold last night, because it got down to like mid-40s. That's why it's so cold this morning in the room. Because it didn't get that hot yesterday. It got up to like 78 and we have a clear sky. It's just that the hot mass of air, hot mass, that was relatively stagnant, that creates our pretty oppressive heat, had moved on. But we still have clear skies.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I woke up really easily again this morning. I'm beginning to think your theory about glasses might have something to do with it. Which, if so, hooray.
well, yeah, I remember you were easier to wake up after you got glasses the first time because your eyes weren't straining all the time, but it was a natural strain. So you'd gotten used to it. Then your prescription kind of fell out, but you didn't have any health insurance and it was getting harder. It's just because and it's just like with Alyssa, and just like with, you know, when I have leg pain or when I had the boot, it's harder to wake up in the morning because whether it's a physical pain, which yours is and is not a physical pain, but having to strain all the time, it just does its thing. Rhett gets one more ball. I'm like, I'm gonna be hoarding Pidgeys, not rats. This isn't New York. I actually had someone, why Pidgeys? Phase 1 will begin. What's phase 1? Oh, we'll be clear soon. I must say, I do like the fact that the transfer button is not like having to scroll down and a couple
Wait for it to not load. And then
wait for it to not load the where you caught this on the map. It's just now in the menu, even if that map was there.
Yeah.
But Aaron should be having an egg hatching, I think.
Sometime soon.
Yeah. Because it was at 4.8, you said, of 5?
No.
1.8 of 2.
Yeah.
I should have just went, it was 0.8. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Pidgeotto?
Yeah, 1.8 or 2 still.
It takes a while to catch up. Like I said, we still have that dip.
Squirtle.
Squirtle? Right?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. I couldn't make out what you said. It sounded like you said portal. I'm going for the Squirtle instead.
Oh yeah.
Well, I was trying to get that Pidgey. The basic 3 always get a berry and a great ball. Even with a berry and a great ball, it was still a reddish orange ring.
Yeah.
But I got him. What was caught? I'll figure shit out when I get home. I don't want to catch a Pidgeotto. Thank God I got a nice throw on it. Yeah, they repaved and painted.
Oh, yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah. Can you guys? Here. See? The lines are, because they had it all closed up yesterday, so we were like, what's going on? I'm like, the only reason they'd close an entire parking lot is if they were like resurfacing it. And yeah, nice crisp lines. Very nice, very nice. We never found a Squirtle in the parking lot before. I mean, I've never found other than when I first started out, I've never found the basic 3 around here.
Yeah.
I mean, I found Pikachu twice. The only 2 I've ever found. In the same exact spot. But now that the nests have been all randomized,
Yeah.
like I want to go back in the nature park because there's a lot of Pokestops in there. I'm just sick and tired of seeing pincers.
Wait a few days apparently.
It might be there today. It's a change of a month if that affects anything. We got here just in time. Aaron's train's coming.
Yeah. I'm gonna walk up and grab the
Okay.
stop.
You got it?
Yep.
Sweet. That's bug Pokemon.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. It's gonna be slaughtered by this Vaporeon though.
Oh yeah.
Anyway.
Alright. Bye.
Well, this will be put in at the very end. Yeah. So much of last night, and then after I woke up and started remembering things, as I stated to the thing of the coach, I am special and I'm unique and I am not someone comes around often. But according to many of the guys on the Venom, at least the guys in charge, I'm broken. It's going to be hard to return to them after such an incident. They aren't, except they're not all bad. Patrick's great, Justin's great. Randy is ridiculously open-minded for a lot of things because he's way out of his element. There's a bunch of guys that did not get, like, with Willie at least I had some level of geekiness. With Tyrell on the Monarchs Pitbulls, I had some level of geekiness. I was friends with them on Facebook and they would share things about Star Wars and Star Trek and Marvel. I didn't have that on this team at all. It was tits, pot, and racing cars. Literally, these could not be more stereotypical guys. But regardless of, you know, their interests, that's nothing. We're supposed to be a team. Like I said, I'll never be able to go back to them in any decent fashion. Besides, NFL football will be starting up here pretty soon, so I'll have something to watch. But it looks like weekends and stuff are free until the semi-pro starts back up. As I was telling Willie this morning, I act too much like a career football player for at least the Venom. And I went to the game yesterday morning and I was asking them who watched film, who did this, who did that, and everyone was giving me these blank looks like, why would you do anything like that? Like, no, I watched the first quarter, but I got really bored because I didn't see myself, or I don't know, it wasn't of our team, so why watch it? No, I never got around to it. The file was too long, and I got bored. So yeah, and I was telling them all the peculiar things that I saw. No. They're like, oh, I didn't notice that. Well, it was in the second half. And they're like, oh. I didn't realize there was a second half to the game. And I'm like, how high are you right now? But anyways. So I am going to end this one here. And we will move on to editing and then Trick Tuesday. Tomorrow, at least. Yeah. We'll catch you guys later. Literally spinning my map around.